Good evening. You're watching the 7 o'clock English news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. First, the headlines. His Highness Sayyid Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed receives His Excellency, the Chairman of the Administrative Control and Transparency Authority in Qatar. The Czech Republic hails the Sultan's foreign policy during an official session of talks. Oman Downstream Exhibition and Conference addresses commercial and oil investment potentials in the Sultanate. And the Minister of Heritage and Culture reveals a plan to enlist Omani archaeological sites in the World Heritage List and restore castles, forts and heritage houses. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos bin Saeed has sent cable of condolences to His Highness Sheikh Sabah Al Ahmed Al Jabir Al Sabah, Emir of Kuwait, on the death of Sheikh Abdullah Saud Al Malik Al Sabah. His Highness Sayyid Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, received His Excellency Hamad bin Nasser Al Masnad, Chairman of the Administrative Control and Transparency Authority in Qatar, and his accompanying delegation. His Excellency conveyed greetings and best wishes of the Qatari leadership to His Majesty Sultan Qaboos. His Highness Sayyid Fahd discussed aspects of cooperation and the keenness of both sides towards enhancing them. He also highlighted the development of the state's audit apparatus in the Sultanate, which is considered one of the sectors that play a great role in serving sustainable development in the country. The meeting also focused on the progress of bilateral relations between both countries. From his part, His Excellency expressed his delight on this visit and the good opportunity to get acquainted with the Oman experience in the field of auditing and administrative monitoring. He also hailed the development witnessed by Omani side, while stressing on the significance of the talks that are being conducted in the Sultanate that enhance the cooperation aspects. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Sheikh Nasser bin Hilal Al Mauli, Chairman of the State's Financial and Administrative Audit Institution, and His Excellency Ali Fahd Al Hajri, Ambassador of Qatar to the Sultanate. A number of senior officials in Czech Republic hailed the foreign policy of the Sultanate, looking forward to enhance the joint relations between the Sultanate and Czech Republic. That came during the official visit of His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, to the Czech Republic. The Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs had official talks with the Prime Minister, President of the Senate, and the Foreign Minister of Czech Republic. The two sides discussed the latest developments in the regional and international arena. They as well reviewed the opportunities available to serve mutual interests of both countries. They as well focused on the strengthening the bilateral relations and discussed issues of mutual concern. A new shopping and recreation destination mall of Muscat, with over 190,000 square meters, opened recently to the public. The new mall is featured with the first aquarium in Oman and the largest one in the Middle East, as well as cinema complex, 200 retailer shops and snow park. Mall of Muscat has dedicated 30% of its venue for family recreational activities and will provide around 3,000 job opportunities for Omanis. The inauguration ceremony was held under the patronage of His Highness Sayyid Haytham bin Tariq Al Saeed, Minister of Heritage and Culture. The third edition of Oman Downstream Exhibition and Conference witnessed the participation of 100 local and international companies, in addition to more than 30 speakers to promote investment in oil refinery and petrochemicals industry. More details in the following report by Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
The outlook for refining and petrochemicals, key challenges to the global chemicals industry, and development and support for a regional polymer processing industry topped the discussions at the third edition of Oman Downstream Exhibition and Conference.
The company has been established in 2007. It's an Omani company, 100%. We don't have any expatriates. And we are here. We came to participate in Oman Downstream Exhibition. We want to be known in the market. We try to find new clients and have new links in the market.
More than 30 expert speakers from inside and outside the Sultanate attended the conference to discuss investment and trade opportunities, exchange ideas and experiences, and attract foreign investment.
We have a commitment to the Sultanate, and we are also proud recently, in fact, to bring the colors of the Sultanate outside of Oman. We have started now with 2 service stations in Saudi Arabia, and we are building our first service station also in Tanzania. Those 2 countries, we will grow our presence there in terms of service stations and bringing also our concept, the only one developed by Oman Oil Marketing, which is the mega service stations. And we will have 2 this year in SQU, the very famous SQU. We'll have one of 10,000 square meters, a mega service stations, very big, with new and innovative services. One also in Nezwa this year, second half of the year, so the 2 of them. And next year we'll have also in Marbella.
100 local and international companies participated in the exhibition, representing a number of countries in addition to the Sultanate, the most prominent of which are the United States, the UK, India, China, and Iran. This event provides a suitable platform to meet the needs of the oil refining industry and review commercial and investment opportunities available to Omani companies to promote investments in the sector, such as oil refinery and petrochemical projects in Suhar, Salala, and Duqm. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi.
With the participation of more than 300 teachers, school principals, their assistants, and bodies concerned with education from the Research Council and Sultan Qaboos University, the activities of Tamkeen Forum started under the auspices of His Excellency Dr. Abdullah bin Nasser al-Harasi, Chairman of the Public Authority for Radio and Television. A group of experts from various institutions took part in the forum. It seeks to develop the education process and discuss the curricula and modern means of learning. It also shed light on sustainable development in education field, as well as the latest technologies used in teaching the students. The Ministry of Education and Occidental Oman, OXI, signed an agreement to support the project of installing school buses with security and safety devices. According to the agreement, around 100,994 school buses in the Governorate of Muscat will be installed with such devices with a cost of exceeding 400,000 Omani Riyals. On behalf of the Ministry, the agreement was signed by Her Excellency Dr. Madiha bint Ahmed al-Shibaniya, Minister of Education, and from the Occidental side, Oman side, it was signed by Stephen Kelly, President and General Manager of the company. The Minister of Heritage and Culture revealed the plan to enlist a number of archaeological sites in the World Heritage List, in addition to renovating a number of forts, castles, and heritage houses. That came during the Ministry's celebration of World Heritage Day, which falls on April 18th. The ceremony reviewed the efforts exerted to enumerate old Omani villages and renovate them. It as well highlighted the latest archaeological findings, which go back to 2000 BC. The ceremony this year was held at Beit al-Ghasham Museum in Wilayat of Wadi al-Ma'awil in South al-Batna. The ministry stated that it has already renovated parts of the ancient traditional lanes of Al-Bilad in the Wilayat of Manah, Al-Busaid in the Wilayat of Adam, Al-Slayf in the Wilayat of Al-Ibri, and Al-Sifalah in the Wilayat of Wadi al-Ma'awil. This ministry stated that the number of enlisted ancient lanes reached around 1,029, adding that it started a restoration process for a number of these lands. With the presence of the archaeological sites and discoveries, as well as ancient lanes, the Sultanate has much more potentials to develop tourism and attract tourists from various world countries, especially those interested in history and heritage. A seminar on UNESCO Global Geoparks and Biosphere Reserves was held, highlighting their significance in protecting and maintaining the wildlife in the Sultanate of Oman. The seminar discussed and reviewed the regulations and eligibility terms to include Oman geoparks in UNESCO Global List. The seminar was held under the auspices of His Excellency Najib bin Ali Al-Ruwas, Under Secretary of Ministry of Environment and Climate Affairs. To become our news bulletin. The harvest season, locally known as Al-Qaid season, starts in the Wilayat of Dama wa Ta'in in the Governorate of North Sharqiya. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Enhancing exchanging viewpoints and discussing issues of mutual concern between the Sultanate and Iran, top discussions of His Excellency Mohammed bin Nasser al-Rasbi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Defense, with a delegation from Iran. The Iranian delegation was led by Brigadier General Dr. Qadir Nizami, Deputy Chief of Iranian Armed Forces for International Affairs, head of the Iranian side in the Oman-Iranian Military Friendship Joint Commission, and he is accompanying delegation who are currently on a visit to the Sultanate. Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of Sultan's Armed Forces, also received Brigadier General Dr. Qadir Nizami, Deputy Chief of Iranian Armed Forces for International Affairs, head of the Iranian side in the Oman-Iranian Military Friendship Joint Committee. The two sides exchanged cordial talks and discussed a number of issues of common concern. The Iranian delegation came to participate in the annual meeting of the Oman-Iranian Military Friendship Joint Committee, which is being held in Muscat during the period from April 13th to 19th. Exchanging talks on a number of issues of mutual concern, especially in the field of military academic and training cooperation between the Sultanate and Pakistan. Top discussions of Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of Sultan's Armed Forces, with a delegation from the National Defense University of Pakistan. Rear Admiral Abdullah bin Khamis al-Raisi, Commander of Royal Navy of Oman, received His Excellency Peter Watson, Acting Speaker of the Legislative Assembly in the Parliament of Western Australia. During the meeting, the two sides exchanged cordial talks and discussed issues of common concern. As more airliners and retailers joining the pool of service providers with the inauguration of the Muscat International Airport, Oman Airport Management Company organized a ceremony to award companies, retailers, restaurants, and staff operating in Omani airports. The company aims at promoting the quality of service and performance in airport by attracting international companies in the field of airport management and retail services to meet the increasing demands of airports, passengers, and stakeholders. The awarding ceremony was organized under the patronage of His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Umar Al Marhoon, Minister of Civil Service. The harvest season, locally known as Al-Khayd season, has started in the Wilayat of Dama wa Tayin in the Governorate of Sharqiya. After a hard-working agricultural season, some types of date palm trees, such as Naghal, yielding first of their fruits locally, known as Al-Ratab. The season is one of the annual economic events for farmers. The Sultanate has various types of date palm trees, including Al-Naghal, which is the first date palm tree that bears fruit in the season. It is planted in all the Sultanate's wilayas without exception. Its fruits are sold in local markets and sometimes exported to the neighboring countries. The fruit of this type of date palm trees are sold in public auction, in which traders and consumers in general compete to obtain the first fruits of the date palm trees. Now for the general forecast around the Sultanate, clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates, with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the coast of the Arabian Sea. Winds will be southeasterly to south light to moderate, and seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we enter tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Highness Said Fahd bin Mahmoud Al Saeed receives His Excellency the Chairman of the Administrative Control and Transparency Authority of Qatar. The Czech Republic hails the Sultanate's foreign policy during an official session of talks. Oman Downstream Exhibition and Conference addresses commercial and oil investment potentials in Oman. And the Ministry of Heritage and Culture reveals a plan to enlist Omani archaeological sites in the World Heritage List and restore castles, forts and heritage houses. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here in the newsroom and the studios, good night.